Hi everyone. So today I'm doing something different for you. Everyone's been asking me, actually some of you have been asking me, why don't I do any desserts? It's always something savory, biryani, this and that. And not that I can't make desserts, I can. But my cooking style is very freestyle, as you would have noticed. But in baking, and especially in desserts, you have to be exact in your measurements. And that goes against my grain. But then once in a while, I do like to do desserts, so I do measure them correctly. And today I'm going to be making an eggless chocolate lava cake for you, which is fabulous, tasty, and very easy and very quick to make, right? So here's what we're going to do. I have two bowls over here, and I'm going to put my wet ingredients in one bowl and the dry ingredients in the other bowl. So my wet ingredients, I have a few things. First, I have some chilled water, so I'll drop that in there. And then I have some oil. This is just, I'm using olive oil, you can use any vegetable oil. Okay, in goes the oil. And then I have some lemon juice. It's just about 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, not too much. So we don't want the taste of lemon juice in our cake. And then I also have some powdered sugar. This is powdered sugar. And make sure you use powdered sugar, it's just easier to mix, right? And then I'm also going to use about 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. And see, I have my measuring. So that over here is a measuring, about 1/3 cup. I have another half cup measure here. This is a tablespoon measure. And this is why I don't do desserts or baking very often, because it has to be absolutely perfect and exact. And we want to stir this up. You want to mix this until the sugar completely dissolves, right? So chocolate actually is as old as 1900 BC. Now, no wonder we like chocolate. I mean, it's been around that long and it's lasted that long. So clearly it's one of the preferred things to eat. And this is going back to Mesoamerican culture. And so Mesoamerican culture would be like the Aztecs. You know, they were back in 1900 BC all the way through. They actually cultivated cocoa and used that in a drink. And after that, of course, it moved to Europe and other parts of the world and became widely popular. But first it started as a drink. And at one point, chocolate was actually used even as a trading currency. So before money was used, this was used as a barter system. If you've heard of the barter system, chocolate was used as that. Okay, so I have a nicely mixed ingredients. Then I'm going to move on to my dry ingredients. So my dry ingredients, I have all-purpose flour, maida. Drop that in there. And we have some cocoa powder over here. And we want to put a pinch of salt, not too much, just a tad. So that should do it, right? Just some salt. And about half a teaspoon of baking soda. That's about half teaspoon. And I think that should do it. So we stir up our ingredients over here. Now I'm going to add this to my wet ingredient mixture. So add little at a time so that you can mix it. Now you don't want to mix this too much, just so it's combined. Okay, we have a nice combined mixture and we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so we have our batter mixture ready, and I have some 3 different sizes of cups over here. You can use any katori, bowl, whatever you have, and either a straight one or something that's open wider on top is best, because it'll come out easier. So what I've done, you can see here, I've coated them with butter and I put them in the freezer so the butter doesn't melt very quickly. It's already starting to melt, so we have to move quickly. And I have some water. Today I'm going to steam it. You can put this in the oven, of course, but you know, if you don't have an oven at home, steaming is a very easy process. And I have a steamer, a bamboo steamer over here that I'm using. If you don't have a steamer, then here's another option for you. Everyone has an idli maker at home. You can just put it in the idli maker. That works too. And if you don't have an idli maker, just take any flat rack like this and put it on top of your steamer, and that also works. And then cover it with a lid. So you have different options on how you can make this. So let's start. So before I put the mixture in here, I have to coat this with some flour. Just gentle coating, not too much. Just put that and just kind of shake it around, and that's it. I have some nice dark, this is 55% dark chocolate is what I'm using today. And that's Amul chocolate, use any one you like. So I take a little bit of mixture, put it in my bowl and get it about quarter full and then add chocolate, okay? So we have that much. Then we're going to add one, this is a small one, so one chocolate should do it. And fill it up a little bit. Now remember, this is going to rise, so don't fill it all the way. About that much should do it. So let's fill all three of them. Okay, so I have a mixture ready. And in my bowls with the nice dark chocolate in the middle, that's going to come oozing out as lava. So I'll put my cups in here and cover it. And then we have to steam this for about 8 minutes. So while this is steaming, so let's fast forward and zoom forward in time. And we talked about the Aztecs and the origin of cacao or chocolate. But the processing of chocolate is really credited to the Europeans, specifically the Swiss. So the Swiss, what they did was they took cocoa beans for chocolate and processed it with milk and sugar and other ingredients and made bar chocolates and others. Now Sprungli is probably the king of them all in Europe and Switzerland. And a lot of you don't know this, so you may not know Sprungli, but I know you've heard of Lindt. So Sprungli and Lindt is actually the same company. So Lindt chocolates is made by Sprungli. I've been fortunate enough to actually visit Sprungli and have their famous chocolate mousse cake, which you'll see right here next. So that's the Sprungli chocolate cake, and you know the Swiss make excellent chocolate, the Belgians make excellent chocolate, but now in India we have companies that also make excellent chocolate. Personally, I love Amul and dairy milk. So that's the history of chocolate. This is going to sit for about 8 minutes, and when we come back, we're going to have a nice oozy chocolate lava cake for you. Okay, the moment of truth. Oh, look at those. Take a closer look. Look how gorgeous they look. They're perfect. So we need to take them out, and before we try and take these out of here, we need to let them cool. So let them sit for about 5 to 8 minutes, and they'll cool off. And then we'll take it out, put it on a plate, and make sure we have nice oozing lava coming out. So we're ready to now put our cake onto our plate. So we gently turn over. So I've used a knife and just trim the edges a little bit so it comes out easily. So we drop it on there gently, and that's it. That looks good. And I'm going to dress that today with just a few cherries. Give us a taste. You guys are going to love this.